Yogi Bear Mine this morning in beautiful Southern California. It's a beautiful morning here. Giving you a quick overview of 415 acres, about 897 as you walk it. Blazer's about 415 acres. Prime alluvial placer deposits out here. And we're in Southern California, about 2.5 hours from Los Angeles. And we're just firing up this morning, so I wanted to show you what a real production placer plant is. You hear a lot about placer mining in California, and it's all little comparing to what we have. We can get up to, we have the capabilities of going 90 tons an hour, and we started from a very small plant here. We tested out the property on a plant that did about, if we were lucky, about 60 yards a day. There used to be a Knudsen bowl right in the center there. This is our little plant that we started out 60 yards a day, most of the time about 40 yards a day. We built a new plant that you see in the background. They're loading up there. That's the plant we use now. And that's capability of doing about 60 yards an hour. So we went from 60 yards a day to 60 yards an hour. That's the capabilities. Now, of course, we're going to add more equipment to get up there, but it's a great start for us. And I'm going to pan around and show you a little bit more of the desert out here. It's just beautiful out here this morning. Our hopper, just so you know how big that hopper is over there, that's a 24-yard hopper. That's a 12-yard bucket on the loader that's coming in right now. We're going to load up another load here, and I'm going to stop talking while he's running. Now, to get an idea of how big our operation and our equipment is, and you see Ken coming down there, and look at him to the size of that loader. Pretty good size. We're pretty automated, and we've accomplished quite a bit. We are in production. We have accomplished the most difficult thing in mining. We started from scratch, found great reserves, got permits, set up a mill site, got equipment sufficient to do the job, set up 24/7 live cameras for security and for investors to look in anytime they want. We started mining, set up and ran a small test plant for prove up, proved the property up, and we have all the assays available and all the sales reports available. Built a bigger 90-ton-an-hour plant, switched to the larger plant, set up a recovery and concentrating process, and we're recovering gold at the rate of about 2 ounces of gold per 130 tons right now. It's all fine. We don't have anything big out here, so there's nothing to steal. And we can do that, every day with no problem. We actually receive payments on gold also now, and a lot of people can't even say that. A lot of the little miners, sure, they turn in an ounce or two. We're in full production now, and we are already have a 90% completed application in for 1 million yards a year out here. So, placer mining is different from hard rock mining. Hard rock is a completely different animal, and we are placer. You don't hear a lot about placer mining, especially production mines. Alaska, maybe Montana, Lower California, different places have production mines, but it's not a common thing for a production mine, but it's not a unusual thing either. And almost all of California's mineable high-yield placer is located in the desert areas, and that's where we're at. But why it's not mined, it requires water, a lot of water. And most of the California deserts, of course, don't have it. We do. We have plenty of water here. We have electricity here also. And you gotta have, the mining companies gotta have mining engineers that are used to production placer mining. And most mining engineers and mining contractors are not used to production placer mining. So, why we're different is Sleepy Bear is an active production mine, one of 3 active production mines in the California Desert District. And 2 are hard rock, and then it's us, the placer. We have over 30 years of placer mining experience. And Sleepy Bear someday will rival some of the largest placer operations in the United States. You have to have everything right to have a production placer mine, and Sleepy Bear has that. So here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit right now and show you. So they go from the hopper up the conveyor into this trommel. This trommel's sitting about 25 feet in the air there. And the trommel we screen down, because like I said, the gold is very fine here. We screen down about 3/8 inch minus. So the screens on the bottom there going 3/8 inch minus. Goes into the sluice box you see over there. And we're going to do a close-up here in a few. I'll get down off the roof of our building and we'll go do a close-up. You see Ken standing at the sluice box there. He's adjusting the riffles. We have adjustable riffles, and we also, when we do a cleanout, we have a triple screen deck for cleanouts. But after the sluice box, it goes into duplex jigs, and then we pump it over into a bowl, a concentrating bowl. So we've actually concentrated before we leave over there 3 times, before we hit the table room. As you can see, we have our oversize coming off on one conveyor, and then we have all our wash sand and all the extra sand from the jigs coming off on the screw. We have all the water goes back into pre-settling pond. We do have desilting cones hooked up on a conveyor, but everything goes into the settling pond, the pre-settling pond, then comes over into the pumping pond. So we're actually pumping out of this pond right here. Now we have a second pond over here, a 500,000 gallon second pond. And this pond is going to be for pumping out to the mine sites. We're actually going to, this is all set up here to run, and then we're going to start putting the sites in the fields, out in the fields out there where we're actually bringing in dirt.